Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. I am Seema Shanay and today we are going to talk about quantum numbers.
Let's talk about orbitals and quantum numbers. There are a large number of orbitals possible in an atom. These orbitals are qualitatively distinguished by their size, shape and orientation. The size of the orbital is inversely proportional to the probability of finding the electron near the nucleus, which implies that smaller the size of the orbital, greater the probability of finding the electron near the nucleus. So the shape and orientation of an orbital imply that there will be more probability of finding an electron along certain directions than along other directions. Atomic orbitals are more precisely distinguished by something known as quantum numbers. The notations are n, l and ml. The principal quantum number is denoted by n. It's a positive integer value so that n takes the values 1, 2, 3, etc. It determines the size and to a large extent the energy of the orbital. For hydrogen-like species, the energy and size of the orbital depends only on n. The principal quantum number also identifies the shell. As the n increases, the number of allowed orbitals increases. Number of allowed orbitals in an atom is given by n square. All the orbitals of a given value of n constitutes a single shell of an atom. So when n is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, the shell name will be KLMN. Greater the value of n, greater the size of the orbital, which implies the size of the orbital increase with increase in the n value. And as the size of the orbital increases, the electron is located further away from the nucleus. The energy of the orbital also increases with the value of n. This is because the energy is required to shift the negatively charged electron from the positively charged nucleus. The next quantum number is the azimuthal quantum number or L. It is also known as the orbital angular momentum or the subsidiary quantum number. The azimuthal quantum number L defines the 3D shape and the angular momentum of a particular orbital. For a given value of n, the possible L values are 0, 1, 2 all the way up to n minus 1. Each shell consists of one or more subshells or sublevels. The number of subshells in a particular shell of principal value n is defined by the azimuthal quantum number. For the first shell where n is equal to 1, there is only one subshell which corresponds to L is equal to 0. For the second shell where n is equal to 2, only two subshells correspond to L is equal to 0 and 1. For the third shell where n is equal to 3, there are three subshells corresponding to L is equal to 0, 1 and 2. For each subshell, there is an assigned value of the azimuthal quantum number. So the value of L is 0, the subshell is S. For 1, the subshell is P. For 2, it's D. 3 is F. 4 is G and 5 is H. So for n is equal to 1, L is equal to 0, the subshell defined as S subshell. For n is equal to 2, L is equal to 0, S subshell and L is equal to 1, P subshell. For n is equal to 3, L is equal to 0 is the S subshell, L is equal to 1 is P and L is equal to 2 is D subshell. For n is equal to 4, L can be 0, 1, 2 and 3. L is equal to 0 corresponds to S, 1 corresponds to P, 2 corresponds to D and 3 corresponds to F. The next quantum number is the magnetic quantum number denoted by ML. The magnetic quantum number gives information about the spatial orientation of orbitals with respect to the standard set of the coordinate axis. Any subshell defined by an L value will have 2L plus 1 values of ML possible. So it implies that ML values range from minus L to plus L. So minus L, minus of L minus 1, minus of L minus 2, up to 0. Then 1, 2 and up to L minus 2, L minus 1 and L. For L is equal to 0, ML will be equal to 0. That will be the only permitted value of ML. So by calculations, ML will be equal to 2L plus 1, which is equal to 2 into 0 plus 1, which implies that for L is equal to 0, there is only one possible value of ML, which is 0, which constitutes to the 1s orbital. For L is equal to 1, ML will be equal to minus 1, 0 and 1. So ml values would be 12 plus 1, which is equal to 2 into 1 plus 1, which is 3 values of ml permitted, and that's why we have 3 p orbitals. For L is equal to 2, ml will be minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, ranging from minus L to plus L. So ml will be 2L plus 1, which implies there will be 5 permitted values of the magnetic quantum number, which implies why there are 5 d orbitals. For L is equal to 3, ml values range from minus 3 to plus 3, and there are 7 values permissible, which is minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2 and 3, which implies why there are 7 f orbitals. So the table above, value of L will be 0, subshell S, and number of orbitals will be 1. Value of L is 1, subshell is P, and there are 3 orbitals. When value of L is 2, the subshell is D and there are 5 orbitals. When value of L is 3, the subshell is F and there are 7 possible orbitals. Value of L is 4, subshell is G, and the number of permitted orbitals are 9. Value of L is pi, subshell is H, and the number of permitted orbitals are 11. Let's talk a little about the electron spin, or S. An electron spins around its own axis in the similar way the Earth spins around its own axis. The electron has its own intrinsic spin angular momentum. There were 3 quantum numbers which labeled an atomic orbital, which were used equally well to define its energy, shape and orientation. But it was found that it was not enough to explain the line spectra observed in case of some multi-electron atoms. The observation that was there was that some of the lines occur in doublets, that are 2 lines closely spaced, and triplets where there are 3 lines closely spaced. This was something that occurred in the line spectra of the multi-electron atom, and this suggested that there were a few more energy levels than what was predicted by these 3 quantum numbers. In 1925, George Uhlenbeck and Samuel Goudsmit proposed the presence of a 4th quantum number called the electron spin quantum number, also defined as ms. The spin angular momentum of the electron, or the electron spin quantum number ms, is a vector quantity which has 2 orientations relative to its chosen axis. So the 2 orientations are distinguished by spin quantum numbers, and the values are plus half and minus half. The plus half and minus half are also known as the 2 spin states of an electron. They are also known as spin up and spin down. 2 electrons with different ms values have opposite spins. The conclusion is that an orbital cannot hold more than 2 electrons, and these 2 electrons must have opposite spins. So in conclusion, the principal quantum number n defines the shell, determines the size of the orbital and the energy of the orbital. There are n subshells in the nth shell. The azimuthal quantum number L identifies the subshell, determines the shape of the orbital, and also determines energy of orbital in some multi-electron atoms. There are 2L plus 1 orbitals of each type in a subshell. The ml value, or the magnetic quantum number, designates the orientation of an orbital. For a given value of L, ml will have 2L plus 1 values, same as the number of orbitals. The number of orbitals will be equal to the number of ways in which they are oriented. The spin angular momentum, or the spin quantum number ms, has the orientation of the spin of the electron.
Thanks for watching. Please like, share, comment and subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the bell icon to get notified every time I post.